Grill on.
Grill on. Today, the snow came today. Well, actually yesterday, but we got snow. But it's not cold, and there is no shade in the ground. Permafrost, I think it's called in Siberia, so something like that. But the snow is really wet and runny, and even though it's snowing lapanta, which means snowflakes the size of a coin, it will melt. It will melt away, perhaps even as early as this weekend. However, what I'm gonna tell you is it's not a secret. Everybody knows this if they have this problem. Cold and wet is the worst for us with bad joints. Arthritis, psoriasis arthritis, rheumatism, and people with injuries, and if you break a leg, the joint afterwards will be different, and that makes you sensitive. Some people choose to ignore it. Some people don't even recognize that it exists. But if you have someone like me in your family or among your friends, they are probably sitting in their sofa crying like I am. Well, not crying, but heavily medicated. I had to go home from work. I couldn't sit still on the chair. The one knee, today it's the left knee. Well, it's the right too, but the left is really bad. It was aching so much I couldn't keep the legs still. It had to move, like when you hit your toe, you start, jumping. Yeah, like that, but it doesn't go away. It just gets worse and worse. So I plowed my way home because, I don't know, they haven't done anything. There's walls of snow everywhere in the middle of the road. And I had to plow my way. The only place that's been shoveled, what do you call it? Skottat, is my own yard, because my neighbor Erik is the best. Really the best. He took the big machine, and that was good. We love him. So I could walk into my home without falling. That was good. Everything gets wet in this weather. I'm so sorry for the children that have to walk home in this, but oh my God, I have to change arms. But I'm not moving. I'm sitting here with a blanket, and I have my extra jacket on, and the heater is on, power, so it'll get warm. And my neck is hurting because I'm stressed over this crap. So that's my life. I hate cold and wet weather. This is not a life for anyone. The cold and dry is okay. It's not good, but it's okay. I can isolate myself from the cold. But the wet, it creeps in. It's like I've been in Barcelona one winter, and that was the worst. I had a jacket there. I have not been able to wear that in Sweden because it was too fucking hot. And in Barcelona, I was cold all the time. It was like a decimeter thick. It was really thick. I felt like a sausage in it. I have some picture of it, but I haven't worn it since I had to throw it away because it was just too hot. I was sweating like a pig in it. In winter with like 15 minus. Well, the wind and the wet. The wind is not that bad if it's hot. But when it's cold, it gets just... it burrows through the clothes. Just... This one confirms what I already know when I wake up. I should get paid for, telling everyone what weather it's gonna be in 2 days. When both my husband and I reach for the paracetamol, we know it's gonna be a bad one. And this is the worst. It hasn't been like this in what? This is the first winter. We have had 2 winters, 2 good winters, like cold and dry with snow. Nothing like this for ages. Although, funny story, when Ludde was born, he was born, he had his birthday Monday and today is Thursday. So when I went home with him, it was this kind of weather. So it has happened before. Not fun. Today is the 6th of February, 6 februari, and minor setback. I've been having pains in my body for a couple of days, and since I haven't had any strong medicine, well, the regular one doesn't help. So back to wine. I don't like it, but because I if I'm gonna lose the weight, I'm gonna have to stop drinking wine. Well, not totally, but heavily reduce it. But when I can't walk straight, I like holding this camera is hurting my elbow. That sucks really bad. And that's the reality. This is gonna take so long. I mean, I'm gonna give it a year, properly give it a year. But every time there's bad weather or like I'm in stress like I'm now, I'm having really bad neck pain up in here. What am I gonna do? I mean, cry doesn't help. Taking the Alvedon, which is, I think they're called Tylenol in English, it doesn't help. It does something, but not enough. Not nearly enough. It's like 10% or 20% or something like that. So it's like taking the edge off, but not more than that. I really need my codeine-based stuff. It's coming home tonight, but it's not for a few hours, so why it is so fun. I've got some and I have some my body, and the pain is bearable. It's not gone yet. Well, it's been like, it's been 45 minutes, so I'm guessing it's not gonna go away at all. but it's bearable. It's more like, carrying a big backpack on the top of the skull and back to the shoulders. It's not unbearable. It's bearable. Let's just say that they are not enough. I haven't been able to talk properly for like 6 hours, and I haven't been able to turn my head more than, I'm gonna show you. There to there. That's it. Normally I would like look over there, but oh god, it still hurts. It's like but okay, since I have painkillers, it's not pain, it's just hold your horses, ma'am. It's like someone holding you down with a string, which of course is nice if you're into holding down. Well, you know what I mean. But it's not nice when it's forced upon you. Oh my god, my hand. Oh god. I even put the tube thing on my hand because the knuckles is killing me. You can see it glistening. You see it? Yeah. It's killing me. And this is one of the days that I wouldn't have been able to wear my rings. Oh my god, it hurts. It hurts like a motherfucker. When it's this bad, I tell the doctor or whoever is listening, but preferably the doctor, because that's the guy or girl who's gonna give me some medication, that I sometimes lie in the sofa crying. Well, I say in Swedish it's jag ligger I soffan och umar. Well, I'm lying in the sofa and uma. Uma is, it's the sound, uma. And oh my fuck, I can't. And that's what it feels like, because you can't do anything but just exist. And I don't have any tears. Any normal person would be like dripping, but my eyes are dry. It just hurts. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you feel like this. I'm sorry for all of you out there feeling like this, because this is a fucking pain in the ass. And not even as good as pain in the ass. This is torture. I had both my kids come up and, massage me and scratch my back, because the clia, I don't know, scratching is not a good enough word, because clia is a soft thing. It's like gentle, and the gentle touch somehow erases the bad. So with the scratching, the bad becomes irrelevant for my head. Oh my god. have pain in my fucking eyebrows. I hate this. I just want it gone. And I don't know what's causing it. Patrick told me. Anyway, he said that, well, tomorrow it's gonna snow and then it's gonna be hot again. Like over zero. I was not surprised. The weather's gonna change. I could have told them that yesterday. And the day before that. Oh my god. Elbows. The only time that is good or fine is when I'm in the bath at Himlabotet. Because it's a controlled environment. There's no cold anywhere. It's just really warm. Humid, which is not that great actually, but you can't get around humid. But it's warm. And then I get to move around and get warmed up in that environment. And the moment I step outside, I mean, if it's good weather, and it's gonna stay a good weather for a few days, it's okay. I will stay fine for at least 4 or 6 hours. But today, 2 hours. 2 hours in, I was ready to pack up, go home and sleep for 30, 40 hours. I'm not kidding. I was hurting and I tried to ignore it because I have to work. But this is not a life. This is not good. It's now 9 o'clock, and the painkillers and the stuff I've been putting on my head and my scalp and my, you know what. I wouldn't say pain-free, but not pain deducted. The pain isn't stopping me from doing anything right now. It will in probably an hour, but for at least 30 minutes I've been able to, you know, not cry and not, you know, I'm sorry, still pain. The pain, oh my god, it's so hard to explain. Pain is subjective, really subjective. Well, my pain is not gone, but muffled. Don't do this. Don't get this shit. Don't have psoriasis at all, ever. It's a bitch. If I had a point, I will get back to it, but I'm kind of high. Not high, but you know, painkiller gets the brain kind of distorted. But I have a much clearer train of thoughts now than I had a half an hour ago. So for me, it's a good thing. but the doctors don't believe me in that. So, I don't know. That's the life of... it hurts. Oh my god, it hurts. That's the life of being in Sweden and having... well, northern Sweden. I guess it would be worse if I lived in southern Sweden. Okay, change again. It hurts. I can't do it. It would be worse living in, you know, Skåne or something, because then it would be this weather all the time. But now it's just this year, because this year has been horrible. Like horrible. No snow, just warmth, and well, not warmth. Like warmth is like 25 degrees, and blah, blah, blah. Warmth in winter is 0 degrees. It's like wet and cold, and wet and cold. But if you ask anyone with what's that called, fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia something. Well, I'll bet you they will have the same thing. Anything that changes the pressure and the humidity will affect your body. You remember in the old times they used to have some ships, not more all ships, but some ships used to have one of those old blokes hopping around on the deck with a wooden leg and going like, "Whoa, today it's a good fun day." And then 2 days later it will be, "Oh my god, in 2 days we're gonna get a storm you've never seen." And it wouldn't be hopping around. Well, that's how it is. If you have anything like this, oh my god, it hurts like mother. If you have anything like this, it will be like that. The weather makes your body react. So, I have my secret weapon. It looks like a joke, but it's no joke. Merino wool, knitted to perfection to what you need, and warmth. Charlie saying. Anywho, it makes a difference. Anyhow, the Patrick, the hubby, the thing. He says, I'm not supposed to say anywho, but anyhow, it's so basic.